Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Mr. Cobalt, and today in this video we are going to start to go over chemical bonds. In this video I am going to go over ionic bonds. So how are ionic bonds formed? We have to go back to ions. So to explain again how ions are formed, you have a metal and a non-metal. And metals like to give away their electrons. And so what's going to happen is you start off with a neutral atom. So sodium, I'm going to use sodium and chlorine. So sodium starts off with 11 electrons and 11 protons. So the charge is balanced, so it's neutral charge. What the sodium is going to do is it's going to give up an electron. So the sodium ends up with a plus charge. The reason is it loses one electron, and so now it has 10 electrons and 11 protons. So there's an unbalance of charge. You have more protons, so you have a plus charge. So one more proton means you have a plus one charge. And then you have this electron here. Chlorine is going to pick up that electron. So chlorine is a nonmetal. Nonmetals love to pick up electrons. So this chlorine starts off neutral, and it has 17 electrons and 17 protons. So it's got balanced charge, so it's neutral. Now it picks up an extra electron. It's now going to have 18 electrons and 17 protons. So now it has unbalanced charge. It has more electrons and protons, so it has a negative charge. So it has one more electron, so it means it has a negative one charge. So now you have the chlorine is a negative charge. You have the sodium that is positive charge. So this occurs by a transfer of electrons. So this is what creates what is called your ionic bond. Ionic bonds are created through a transfer of an electron from your metal to your non-metal. So the metal sodium will give up its electron to the chlorine. The chlorine will take the electron. That will then create a positive charge on your sodium and a negative charge on your chlorine atom. Now, if you don't know, opposite charges attract. You've heard of the phrase opposites attract. That is true in chemistry as among people as well. So the positive and negative charges are going to attract each other. So you now have these electrostatic forces of attraction. So now they're going to attract each other and they're going to combine. That is the ionic bond. The ionic bond is that electrostatic force that is bringing those electrons together and they stay together. It's really strong force. And so here, you now have your positive sodium with your negative chlorine. And so you have your electrostatic forces, and that is creating your ionic bond. So ionic substances, because they're electrostatic, they can attract various ions on opposite sides. So you don't get like one molecule or one set of ions together and then they're like by themselves. You get a whole arrangement of ions. So you got a bunch of these chloride ions and sodium ions. So you have a structure like this. So it's like a cubic structure, and they are alternating plus minus because that is what lowers potential energy. This creates what is called a lattice structure, and these ions are going to arrange themselves in such a way that those electrostatic forces lower the potential energy. So we had talked about potential energy in a previous previous lecture, previous video. And so nature moves towards lowering that potential energy. So the electrostatic forces are going to want to arrange so that each atom or ion is attracted to other oppositely charged. So you can see that this ion here is surrounded by negative charges as well. So you can see here that this negative charge particle is surrounded by 4. And then of course, if you look inside, then there's going to be an ion behind and an ion in front. So each ion is surrounded on 6 sides by the oppositely charged ions. And so that creates a stable, low energy, low potential energy structure we call a lattice structure. And so all ionic substances are going to have this sort of pattern. Okay, so this is ionic bonds and ionic compounds. I hope you found this insightful and helpful. If you like this video, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and make a comment down in the comment section if there's something you want me to cover. And also ring the bell for notifications for new videos. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.